Music speaks louder than words. It's the only thing that the whole world listens to. Music speaks louder than words. When you sing, people understand. Sometimes the love you feel inside gets lost between your heart and your mind, and the words don't really say the things that you wanted them to. But then you hear in someone's song what you've been trying to say all along. And somehow, with the magic of music, the message comes through. Music speaks louder than words. It's the only thing that the whole world listens to. Music speaks louder than words. When you sing, people understand. Try that with me. I'll give you the words. Music speaks louder than words. It's the only thing that the whole world listens to. When you sing, people understand. Try that. Music speaks louder than words. It's the only thing. It's the only thing that the whole world listens to. Music speaks louder than words. When you sing, people understand. When you sing, people understand. That's good. For out of doors, that's pretty good. It's also pretty good because I know some of you looked at me in astonishment and you said, how am I going to remember all that? Are you kidding? I know who you are. I have to remind you of every single half line or you're going to lose it. You're like me. I mean, I'm many years your senior, but you're getting there. Just, you come to me and you say, oh, I grew up on your music. Well, I grew up with you on my music too. You just happen to be a little bit younger. Here we go. Music speaks louder. Music speaks louder than words. It's the only thing. It's the only thing that the whole world listens to. Music speaks louder than words. When you sing, people understand. Now just listen to the sound of your voices when you do that, because that's really beautiful. And ask yourself, what is that the sound of? Is that the sound of acrimony? Is that the sound of the birds in the trees? Is that the sound of awakening? I'll give you the opening part and then you sing. Here we go. Music speaks. It's the only thing that the whole world listens to. When you sing, people understand. We'll get back to what that was in a second. The longer I live, the more I find people seldom take the time to really get to know a stranger and make him a friend. But the power of a simple song lets everybody know that we all belong. Maybe singing and playing can bring us together. Maybe singing and playing can bring us together. Maybe singing and playing can bring us together again. Let's find out together. Here we go. Music speaks louder than... It's the only thing. It's the only thing that the whole world listens to. Music speaks louder when you sing, when you sing. People understand. Last time by yourselves. And think what it means. Here we go. Music speaks louder. It's the only thing. It's the only thing that the whole world. Music speaks louder than words when you sing. People understand. When you sing, people understand. When you sing, people understand. It's a pleasure to be nestled beneath these trees, singing together. What is that? What is that the sound of? Of what is that the sound? If you want to invert it, raise your hand if you have an idea. What is that to you? What is that the sound of? No, you have to raise your hand. Boy, I know what you were like in third grade. Yes. The sound of what? Oh, that's lovely. The sound of time marching in. Beautiful. Anybody else? He was a good student. Somebody's pointing to that person. The sound of? The sound of the soul. Lovely. Lovely. Anybody else? Yes, sweetheart. The sound of Puff the Magic Dragon breathing. Now you can get busted for saying that in some counties. Yes. And you back there.
It's the sound of somebody trying to not make any noise.
Sound of somebody trying to not make any noise. That's a very interesting idea. Certainly not noise, make music, but not noise. Yes.
Moral phrase, it's a universal experience, our common bond.
The universal experience, our common bond. How beautiful. You guys are wonderful. One more. One more, anybody? Yes. The sound of great spirit. Absolutely. Well, I'll tell you what it is to me. It's the sound of peace. Because when people, it is all those things you said, but when people agree to be gentle, kind, caring with one another, and you feel the manifestation of it, not just the representation, but the living of it for a moment. It's the same feeling that I got in 1963 when Noel Paul Stuckey and Mary Travers and I sang at the March on Washington for 250,000 people. We are the same legacy of that when we sing together. And it is true that when we sing in that way, we feel maybe we feel better about ourselves, but mostly we feel closer to the other people who have agreed that we're going to share this moment together. And it's a powerful thing. As Woody Guthrie's guitar said, this guitar kills fascists. Well, we're not killing any fascists tonight. Thank goodness that's not exactly the issue, but there are alive issues, and we are here together in certain ways when we sing together to feel that way. Now, I'm going to stop clapping. I didn't say anything of value. That's generous. Now, I could leave now and say, well, I've done what I've come to do. I've experienced a moment that not represents peace, but is peace. And that's truly what I think this is. And all the things you said it was. Now, I know in the front you're hearing enough level, right? Enough volume, right? Raise your hands in the front if you're hearing enough volume. Raise your hands if you're hearing too much volume in the front. In the back, raise your hands if you could use a little more volume. Okay, can you raise the volume another 2-3 dB overall? Now, is this better? Are you hearing it better back there? In the back, raise your hands if you're hearing the level a little bit more and a little bit better. Raise your hands if you can't hear me. This is a very good question. Raise your hands if you're hearing it well enough, but you'd really like it even a little louder. Okay, can you raise it another 2 dB? 1, 2, 3, 4. Over there. Yeah, but you don't have a speaker covering it. Oh, I know what we can do. We could take this speaker and turn it in this direction a bit. Can we do that? Oh, you know what? Take the monitor speaker and raise the level on it. Okay, is that better over there now? Bring it up, the monitor up. The monitor. Is it, can you hear now over there? Raise your hand if you're hearing fine. Raise your hand if you hate me. It's good. Yeah, you can put it up on, yeah, put it up there. Yes, okay. There you are. Okay, I think we've got it covered now, right? Yay! Now there are some people that say, Peter, your performance was just a sound check. And indeed it is. Because it's, if you can't hear me, you know, we're in the wrong situation. If I were a dancer, we wouldn't need to do the sound check. We'd do the visuals. All right, here's a